foremost, before we dive into this lesson, I'd like to give all honor, no glory, no praise is due to the Heavenly Father and His only begotten Son, in the name of Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Kwakadash. Double honors to great master, Elder Apostle, good teacher, well. Peace and salutations to the hopeful elect that scatter abroad across the four winds of this planet that's enduring all things, that soul shall Mashiach Yahushua. And the whole shalom to the Sarah Wathi and that's out there resting. Husbands, and rest, keep doing so, okay? So, the title of this lesson, as you can see, One World Religion, Evangelical, Muslim, and Jewish leaders are committed together committed to work together. And the reason why I'm touching on this because it's something that caught my eye. One of the three of the unclean spirits mentioned up in here, and it's talking about one world religion. And back in the ancient days, they was trying to push one world law system or whatnot, and nothing's new under the sun. So without further ado, we just gonna go ahead and dive into it. It says, recognize the great momentum created by the Global Faith Forum discussion in Dallas and Kansas City earlier this month. The Multi-Faith Neighbor Network held their third and final gathering in Washington, D.C. last week, which culminated in meals being packed for the needy in the local community. The forum theme, unlikely referring to the unexpected alliance between the three major world faiths, Christian, Muslim, and Jewish. The Jewish is based on the premise that transformation begins with international relationship and developing deep bonds of mutual trust and respect with leaders of the other faiths. Respective leaders for the Evangelical, Muslim, and Jewish faiths affirmed their commitment to addressing polarization and politicalization with their own communities. They also resolved to collectively break down barriers of fear between different faiths and further cultivate multi-faith relationships to build bridges of understanding and collaboration while maintaining their respective and distinct theologies and identities. This type of gathering has never happened before, especially in the heart of the Bible Belt, but we believe it will be the starting point for a change, said Roberts, who served as the program host and convener of the Northwood Church in Dallas, a suburb of Kelly. And the reason why, this is off, because, even though this devil is trying to push a one world government, one world religion, philosophy or whatnot, this is not going to work out because the scripture even said can two walk together unless they two are agreed. And even with them joining together, they are all going to have their differences, man. And none of their gods that they believe in is the true one, But continue on. Historical evangelicals have not been in this conversation when, quote unquote, Jesus said, blessed are the peacemakers. That doesn't mean just in our group. He was talking about the public square. Our hope and prayer are this forum will open dialogue and build relationships and facilitate understanding, peace, and unity. The night began with songs and prayers from each faith, followed by an address from the newly appointed U.S. Ambassador from International Religious Freedom, Ambassador Rasad Hussein. Oftentimes, faith leaders are more effective in doing this work than the government. Hussein said, you bring the credibility of knowing your congregation, the most powerful way to build bridges and collaboration between government and civil society. H.E. Dr. Muhammad Alissa, Secretary General of the Muslim World League, introduced and gave an overview of the groundbreaking Makkah Declaration, which was conceived and created by the MWL in 2019, written by consensus of more than 1,200 respected Muslim scholars, affirmed by over 5,000 Muslim theologians, approved by Islamic leaders of 139 nations. The Charter of Makkah is considered the most important document of modern Islamic history, encourages peaceful coexistence, ensures religious diversity, and human rights for all. So, This is, it's funny because, hey man, this is held in, it says held their third and final gathering in Washington, D.C. If you don't know, this is one of Washington, D.C. is considered one of the unclean beasts, including the Vatican City and London. Them are the three unclean spirits, okay, because they just, but, you know, after reading that, man, it's just, man, they trying to come together with different philosophies, different doctrines and stuff like that, and it's not gonna work out. It's only one true God, one true doctrine, man, which is the doctrine Yahweh Shemi Shah gave us when he was when he's in the flesh. And then all these other religions, man, they are false. Okay, so continue on. Let's go ahead and jump into the book. Let's go ahead and get the first book of Revelation, chapter 16 and verse 13. This is Revelation chapter 16 and verse 13, and it says, "And I saw three unclean spirits like frogs come out of the mouth of mouth of the dragon, and out of the mouth of the beast, and out of the mouth of the false prophet." So, it says, "And I saw three unclean spirits like frogs come out of the mouth of the dragon." And this is, the unclean spirits is talking about this devil system. The three unclean spirits is Washington, D.C., London, and the Vatican City. And basically, they don't preach the truth or whatnot and stuff like that. But yeah, man, that has caught my eye. The unclean spirits, in Washington, D.C., and this meeting was held in Washington, D.C., one of the unclean spirits, which is crazy. Let's go ahead and get the book of 1 John, chapter 2, and verse 18. And the reason it says, "Little children, it is the last time, and ye have heard the Antichrist shall come. Even now are there many Antichrists, whereby we know that it is the last time." So, Antichrist is something or someone that is against the Messiah, that is that they don't believe that Yahushua walked in the flesh, and is against the whole doctrine that Yahushua taught. And basically, that's what this going into, because there are many Antichrists going into these different religions, different philosophies, different doctrines and stuff. Them are Antichrist, man. Verse 19. Let's get the book of verse 14. 1 John chapter 4 verse 1 through 3, because it goes more into the Antichrist, and it says, "Beloved, believe not every spirit, but try the spirits whether they are of Yahweh, because many false prophets are going into the world." In these different religions, in this one world religion they trying to come trying to build, man, it's gonna be a lot of false prophets in that, man. And there's a lot of false prophets out here anyway, And in verse 2, and it says, "Hereby know ye that the spirit of Yahweh, every spirit that confesses that Yahushua Mashiach is come in the flesh, is of God." So, if they can tell you that, yes, that Yahushua came in the flesh, then, they are children of God, Yahweh. But if they say, they believe otherwise, then they're Antichrist, man. Verse 3, "And every spirit that confesseth not that Yahushua is come in the flesh, and is not of God, and this is that spirit of the Antichrist, whereof you have heard that it should come, even now already is in the world." So, hey, it's already, the Antichrist already is in the world, man. Who is the main biggest Antichrist now? Is this damn devil Esau Edom, man. The so-called white man, okay? I guess that's it on that. Reading a little bit on this. And it says, ye are of God, little children, and have overcome them, because greater is he that is in you than he that is in the world. They are of the world, therefore speak them they of the world, and the world heareth them. We are of God, and he that knoweth God heareth us, and he that is not of God heareth not us. Hereby know we the spirit of truth, and the spirit of error. Okay. So, that's it on that, because, hey, the Antichrist is here, man. It been here, and now they put it in your face, like, who the Antichrist is. It's this beast system, okay? It's this beast system, okay? And we finna jump into the book of Maccabees because there's no new thing under the sun. How this devil try to force and push on one world something like one world law. Everybody got to follow what he pushing and stuff like that. And if you don't follow it, you lose your life. And that's what this devil is trying to do again. This is the book of First Maccabees, chapter 1, verse 41 to 43. And it says, Moreover, King Antiochus wrote to his whole kingdom that all should be one people, and everyone should leave his laws. So all the heathen agreed according to the commandment of the king. Yea, many also of the Israelites consented to his religion and sacrificed unto idols and profaned the Sabbath. So, this is what this devil is trying to push, man. He's trying to push a one world religion. He's trying to push his laws onto everybody. Everybody has to follow his laws, okay? Because pretty soon it's gonna be like that, man. You're gonna have to follow this beast system. That's why the MOTB is important, man, because that's one way you following this beast system. If you don't take his MOTB, then hey, your life could be at jeopardy, man. And a lot of Jakes gonna fall into it. That's why it says, yea, many of also the Israelites consented to his religion and sacrificed unto idols and profaned the Sabbath. So hey, it's gonna be a lot of Jakes doing this, man, because you go into the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 1. Bear with me. I think it's chapter 1 or 3. Nope. Bear with me. It says no new things under the sun. Okay. This is the book of Ecclesiastes chapter 1 and verse 9 through 10. And it says, the thing that have been and is that which shall be, then that which is done is that which shall be done. There is no new thing under the sun. Right? So, hey, the things that happened in the past going to happen again. The same spirits are here to this day. Them same spirits, Alexander the Great, Antiochus, the fourth Epiphanes, and his son, what was the other one? Nick and Noah. All those spirits are back, man. And most brothers believe that Antiochus is Bill Gates, man. And I can see that, man, because he's trying to consent, new laws and stuff like that, and trying to push his way of life onto the whole world, man. But there's no new thing under the sun. And, the reason why I'm reading it, in that first Maccabees is because, hey, them things are reoccurring now. You got a lot of Jakes selling out, rolling their sleeve up. Now it's going to be putting their hand out, man. Taking the MOTB, man. Okay? And I'm going to reread it. And it says, Moreover, King Antiochus wrote to his whole kingdom. And who's in power right now, man? Esau Edom is in power right now, man. And who is Antiochus? Antiochus is an Edomite, man. So who's in power right now, man? The Edomites are, man. Because when the Edomites went into rulership, much wickedness spread out, man. It's in here. Here we go. This is First Maccabees 9, and it says, after Alexander died, the four kings put crowns upon themselves. The four kings, I think it's Lucius. No, not Lucius. I think it's Ptolemy, Lucius, Casalamand. I forgot, but I was close. But Salakia. I know I should know that. Like I said, man. Sometimes you can get things, but hey, it's not an excuse no more. But I'm gonna read this, and it says, and after his death, they all put crowns upon themselves, so did their sons after them. Many years and evils were multiplied in the earth. So when these Edomites went into power, man, evils were multiplied. And so when Antiochus was in power, he basically said everyone should leave his laws. So, the Israelites that was following under the laws that Yahweh Shemi Shai gave to Moses to tell the Israelites, hey, our people left it and decided to follow the customs of the heathen, man. Okay? They started following the customs of the heathen, man. Okay? Let's go ahead and get the book of Daniel, chapter 7, verse 25. And that's why it says there's no new thing under the sun. How people do that. This devil is trying to push in one world government, one world religion, this beast system, man. It's Daniel chapter 7 and verse 25. And the reason it says, and it says, and he shall speak great words against the Most High, and shall wear out the saints of the Most High, and think to change the times and the laws, and they shall be given into his hand until a time and times, in the dividing of time. So hey, this devil is trying to. You see that it says think to change the times. You see that this devil got daylight savings, and they trying to cut that out to the point where you get more daylight outside, and they trying to get more work out of people, man. Okay. And it says in the laws. So this devil, he making new laws up, trying to justify his wickedness, and try to basically, push his way of life, upon everybody. Don't this devil do that to this day? Push unlawful laws. You got that colorful people, man, pushing that on everybody, changing the laws, and they shall be given to him into his hand until a time and times, and a dividing of times. Okay. But verse 26, but the judgment shall sit, and they shall take away his dominion to consume it and to destroy it unto the end. And the kingdom and dominion and the greatness of the kingdom under the whole heaven shall be given to the people of the saints and the Most High, in whose kingdom is everlasting. Kingdom of all dominions shall serve and obey him. Here thereunto, as is the end of the matter. As for me, Daniel, my congregation, Salakia, most troubling me, and my countenance changing me, but I kept the matter in my heart. So, hey, the Lord goes and tell you that the saints gonna take the kingdom, and possess it forever and ever. Because who's gonna be the ruler and king in the kingdom to come? Yahushua. Okay. But this devil is in rulership right now because you go into the book of Job. Okay, make this quick. Book of Job, because you gotta understand who is in control right now. Job 9-24. The earth is given into the hands of the wicked, and he covered the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he? So the world is given into the hands of the wicked. So yes, this devil is in control of everything. This devil is trying to control the time, control the laws, control the way of living. That's just Esau Edom for you. Okay. Let's go ahead and get the book of Daniel, chapter 8 and verse 25. This is the book of Daniel, chapter 8 and verse 25, and the reason it says, and through his policy, and also he shall cause crowd to prosper in his hand, and he shall magnify himself in his heart, and bide peace, and shall destroy many. He shall also stand up against the prince of the princes, but he shall be broken without hand. So when it says, and through his policies, if you look at the word policy, let's go ahead and look at the word policy. Policy. The word policy. The word policy means a course or principle action adopted or proposed by a government, party, business, or individual. Plans, strategy, blueprint, approach, scheme, strategism, program, schedule, code, system. Okay? Definitions in politics, commerce, law, gambling. So, the policy, their laws. Okay? There are laws they trying to push, okay? Slacking my phone when I act slow. Slacking. It says a policy is a set of ideas or plans that is based on the basis of making decisions, especially in politics, economics, or business. Okay, so there are laws, and it says through his policy also he shall cause craft to prosper in his hand, and he shall magnify himself in his heart, and by peace he shall destroy many. He shall also stand up against the prince of princes, but he shall be broken without hand. So this is talking about Antiochus the fourth. But when it says he shall be broken without hand, broken, but he shall be broken without hand. How did Antiochus die? Antiochus died by getting a uncurable disease. That's how he was broken. But in this day, sense, you can apply this for the devil in modern day because his policies that he has out here. And he shall cause craft to prosper in his hand. What is the devil craft? This witchcraft, man. Wickedness, man. That is how he pushing his system, man. Okay? And as you can see by the article, they are trying to put together a one world religion, man. So our people go follow that and then get destroyed, man, because you follow other ways of living in different doctrines, man. Okay? I guess that's it on that. But hey, man, these people do not got it, man. They do not have it, man. They trying to push that one world government on people, man, and it's not looking too good on them. So with that, man, Lord, willing this lesson edifying. Like to give our honor and our glory and our praise due to the Heavenly Father and His only begotten Son, in the name of Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Kakadash, Daban, screaming son of the apostles, who will teach them well. Peace and salutations to the hopeful elect that scattered abroad across the four winds of this planet. Keep it doing all things. Till next time, see this video. Shalom, Kwame Sharala,